One love. Yeah. Had to get ready for church this Sunday. We had to get ready for church this Sunday. Yeah. We getting ready for church. Getting ready for church. Hey, what's up to everybody? Hope everybody had a great, wonderful, what they call weekend. Uh, every day is a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Word life. Word life. We'll let a few people roll in. Say we're gonna go to church. We're gonna go to church deep. Hey, we're going to church deep. Yeah. We're going to church deep this Sunday. We're gonna pop a boy Confucius. What's up, Mac advertisement? I can't hear you, bruh. I can't hear you. We had to bring you. We had to bring you. Hold on. We had to bring you back up. Oh shit. All right. Word life. Yeah. All right. So yeah. We in here. We're gonna be talking about Confucius. Confucius. But right now, the only thing, you know what we're gonna bring in? We're gonna bring in some of that good church music. We're gonna bring in some of that good church music. We're gonna bring in some of that good church music. That's what we want. We're gonna start out. Hey, Caesar, what's good, brother?
Hey, what's happening with you, fam?
God body, man. Yeah, we finna start church, man. Bring it in with some good church music real quick. Yeah, we got some good church music. Church this Sunday. Yeah. And the preacher was there. You know, he was standing on the pulpit. He looks down at the whole congregation. He says, I want everybody to look to the person next to you. Hey, tell them you care about them. So I slide this mirror in my pocket. I look at myself and say, you mean the world to me. I gotta say, you mean the world to me. Yeah. Hey, you mean the world to me. I gotta say, you mean the world to me. Yeah. Hey, you mean the world to me. I gotta say, you mean the world to me. Hey, you mean the world to me. I gotta say, you mean the world to me. Yeah. You're all that I want, everything that I need. Gotta say, you mean the world to me. Fathers on crack, mothers on coke. Son is a hustler, daughter no hope. So let's reflect about community. When I look around, nobody cares about unity. Damn, baby star, malnutrition. Yeah, we're gonna bring in the church this Sunday. Word life. Word life, man. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Today, what we popping out talking about is Confucius and the reality that the end of Confucius built birth confusion. Birth confusion. So yeah, so what we was talking about early this morning is we gotta take y'all really to church. We gotta really preach to them. Hey Caesar, um, how your weekend go, my brother? Weekend. I guess that's our 2 days away from the whip, ball and chain. I guess that's what it is. Nah,
Nah,
for real. You gotta look at it. Love cycle, generation, generation of energy. We generating this right here is a it's right here. It's a power generator. It's a power generator. You know what I'm saying? It's a power generator. Look at these symbols. Look at these symbols. Like, yeah, when we go break this down, yeah, we at church today. We at church today. We at church today. Hey, so if you have any limitations, if if you don't want to build from all information that could be valid, even the information that's in your akashic, that's not what you might want to exit because there's no limitations. Like if you got any trigger points, yeah, yeah. You unhealed in the
bas-
least bit. This might
so
not be the place for
bas-
you.
so basically, your cup is full, then you might want to leave.
Yeah.
Real
Your
shit.
cup is full. Word. Hey, word. And that's what's big on Confucius right there, right? Because Confucius said that every day of your life you should be learning. This was one of the quotes. Every day of your life you should be learning. It should never be a point where you know everything. It's impossible.
So summons that up.
Impossible.
Change is life and life. has changed. You dig? What you knew yesterday, you have to advance it today.
Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. Yeah. Hey, that old song, shit, that's 11 years ago. Hey, that be in such a way too, where it's like, bro, we have so many. Like, so you'll have a person to tell a person, hey, stop doing music. You this age. Person listens to that person, but the person who told you that had a trick for you. He had no talent anyway, or that wasn't his talent. Like you get all of these competitions or different things of energies that set off in this world that is full of confusion now. Full of confusion now. When no, we all are in tap, or we all have in us the energy or the frequency that are people considering the God particle, God gene, the God gene. We're in the image of God. Like there is no such thing as anybody disagree to if anybody, I don't know, we do got to show agree to disagree. So if anybody agree to disagree, hey, we will line up a I don't say debate, we'll line up a conversation where one person talks and the other person listens and responds. And then the other person talks, the other person listens and then responds. Yeah. So if we want to get up on any of that, like I'm in for the building energy, we here for it. We're here for the building energy. But we're not here for the limited thing. Like we unlimited what we can think and have come. So with that being said, hey, there's a lot of men who talk down or degrade ladies nowadays because they dress a certain way. They dress a certain way. They like their nails done. All of these different things. Hey, this is church today, so we have to address this, right? Because when those same women are walking by you in a store or doing, you are focused and position yourself 9 out of 10 looking at what her energy portal, her energy portals. Like, yeah. So when a baby's born, it goes straight to the mother's nipples or straight to points on the mother that it can feel energy. Their eyes can be closed. These babies feel these pressure points. So when other religions cover their head up or they wear certain things to cover up certain parts, it is a science technically behind what they're doing. What they're doing. They don't want people attracted, or they're covering or building their energy portals. They don't want people focused there. So therefore, when you're in a society where there's so much confusion, that people are actually showing all these things so the brain doesn't have to react. So yeah, people are stuck there or they're looking, but there is a way of designing it to where these things happen, but it's an unconscious. It's an unconscious. It now is happening from an unconscious point of view. What you got to say? Hey, CZ, I see you rubbing your hands, man. We in church. What you got to say?
Nah, man. First, church is the temple, which is in your mind, your body, and your soul. I just want people to know that. So we're not talking about a temple or a place of confinement or isolation. What we are doing right now, and we speak church, we're speaking of bringing vessels and souls together. So don't believe in that we're looking to isolate or segregate anybody. So this whole segment is literally to awaken, it's not to separate. So the first thing you were saying something about imagery. So I wanted to say, what's the image of faith? You said, what's the image of God? What's the image of faith? There is no image of faith, right? Right? No image. But you must have faith in order to believe in something that you cannot reach or see yet. Right?
Let's tackle that word. I don't mean to stop you, but let's tackle that word, faith. You have the definition to the word faith. What is the definition of faith?
The substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things yet seen. Right?
Oh, hold on. You have, for the rest of the world, bro, you got to repeat that. Repeat that one more time. It is the what?
The substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things yet seen. Right?
Mm, mm, mm. The evidence of things hoped for, but still unseen.
Nah, the substance of things hoped for, substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things yet seen. You feel me?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
All right. So when people keep
Yeah.
saying, I don't believe in this, I don't believe in that because I wasn't there. I don't believe in this because I ain't see it.
Yeah.
but yet,
Yeah.
but yet, keep going to this. We were all made in His image and likeness. Then they go to this, and we all follow His Son because we believe His Son died for our sins, and we believe He brought His Son to save us. Wow, how many people were there?
Yeah.
But they really
Definitely.
don't believe. They really don't believe in that. They just really
Definitely.
have a lot of faith and trust in a person that they believe in, which would be more likely their family members or somebody they cared about. They walk
Mm.
that path. So since they walk that path, they've literally made that their attachment to understanding the life.
Hey, and that's real. God body. That is real. Because you have people that literally walk around to this day who people outside of them might say, man, that person is like Christ, is like Christ. Like this person sees something different kind of way. But now that's becoming where that's all of us. Like everybody feels something that or thinks something that somebody else is thinking. There are millions of people going through and seeing the same thing through one eye. Through one eye. It's just a realization. It's a realization. So when you say imagery, people are taught to love or taught to love that they can't prove. At the end of the day, it looks when you take them to church, when you really go down to the essence of church, bro, I can't think if anybody is out there that is a avid reader, if they have chosen one thing to look at, if they're an avid reader of it, I would like to speak to them. Yeah, I would like to speak to them. Yeah, they're bigger things. Hold on, so, let me get this out of here. Dirty Mag, Dirty Mag. Yeah, God body, peace, guys. Yeah, hey, word life. Yeah, man. Yeah, word life, bro. So yeah, beginning of the day, um, the image, the image, the image. Okay, we was taught to when we go to church, the image is it didn't look like this image for the majority of us. It didn't look like that image. So now you have a certain generation that are older than us. If you show them certain things, you're bringing to them something different. So if you bring them something different, it has to be like from a standpoint where you're gonna have to come down notches off of what you were on because you're presenting to somebody some new information. They might be comfortable with where they at, and that's cool. There's a lot of people comfortable where they're at, and that is cool. But yeah, what we're as far as yeah, we'll get to the point to where we know the correct people that are supposed to be where they at. They are already there. Once you start putting in the work, you run across the energies that are thinking on the frequency that you're thinking on. That you're thinking on. If you already vision yourself, it's great. I woke up this morning, beautiful, humble, intelligent, a warrior like, ready to survive, ready to do whatever I have to do to nation build and build everything and help build with those around me. And whoever is on that same frequency, we are building no matter what. It's like, man, I wish right now I wish let's think that into imagination. Competency. Hey, complacency. Man, hey, that's real talk. Complacency. People are not thinking, how can I better myself every what can I do to get up today and make sure I'm greater than I was yesterday? Make sure even yet then today, I know tomorrow. Man, build and heal, bro. Hey, that's hey that is hey, each one teach one, build and heal. And heal. Every person we talk to, it should be faith based on building something and healing something. I got up in this morning, man. I say, you know what? I'm about to tell the world about a parasite cleanse they might or might not have ever heard of. Go check that out. I put that up on YouTube. I'm gonna give the people everything I know that I know for a fact that I've tried and tested. I'm giving that to people so they can build and heal. Like, hey man, I done been through the trauma, the gunfights, everything people can possibly think about to actually say, hey, yeah, man, it's something bigger. The only thing that could have kept me here in this world has been something bigger. Like, and there's no doubt. I think everybody's life is a miracle. Every person that's around right now that this being touched, your life is a miracle. There's no way around it. No way around it. Your life is a miracle. Yeah. So we building and healing. Hey, and keep that shield, keep that shield, keep that aura of protection around you. Around you. That's what time. That's what time it is. Hey, we in church. We in church this Sunday though. We in church this Sunday. Gotta. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we in church. Hey, yeah. Hey, you don't have to be quiet in this church. Hey, if you got anything to say in this church, you can pop up though. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and put the. Let me go ahead and put the. There we go. There we go. It's right there. Anybody want to get there in the comment? Hey, hit that link. You know, we talking about building and healing. Oh, and Confucius. Whoa. Let me not go there. Ace, you got anything to say in church in the church this Sunday though?
Oh man, shoot. I guess, man, the main thing is the one thing people hate to do, man, is research. I guess when they went to school, it was like a demand that they do some homework. So in order to be a part of, to me, it's like more people are lean more to be followers than leaders. So, you know, like in school, they'll tell you got to study this to show that you can be this once you get out of school. Once we get out of school and become adults, though, it's like a failure for research. No one wants to do it. So it's like, it's not important. It don't affect my life, so I don't want to do it. However, it also sends us all back into what, an old school time capsule of
Yeah,
demise.
yeah.
Yeah, we thinking, but we don't know it. How can many people wake up and try to do better or better themselves when they don't know that they already sick? So you got things
Yeah.
like the government now putting forth laws because people said that they woke up and felt like God made a mistake. So we're gonna make a new law to correct God's mistake. At the same time, what you're doing is killing because we all work off imagery, right? We work off imagery. So your eyes is what told you that it was light outside today. If you was blinded, you wouldn't even concern yourself with the sun coming up or down, right? So
Yeah.
I said to KK this morning, I said one of my thoughts on one of my songs the other night was my ingenuity invokes the whole world. And what I meant by that is that I am the one that gives birth to my surroundings.
Yeah.
So when y'all look at the conditions in which you live in, know you also gave birth to that surrounding. So the negativity, yeah, we all gave birth to that negativity. Now the
Real talk.
positivity, how do we roll it in? How do we roll it in?
Yeah.
Dealing with Confucianism. Because like you said
Yeah.
before, many people are already locked in on what they say is attached to them as far as their walk of life. And this is what I say I believe, and I'm stuck on that. No one can introduce anything else different to them. Because what?
So
They
so
don't
so
want
let's introduce something different to them. Here go the first quote that I'm gonna read from Confucius. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask is a fool for life.
so
Let,
like
let, let
I'm
me
gonna do this.
let
I,
me go there one more time. Hold on, let me go there one more time. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask a question is a fool for life.
mm-hmm. so
Yeah.
so again,
So yeah,
I say
I just
I say
say
so.
folks in troubled times. Gonna deal with that. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Here we
so
go.
so anybody that's listening right now, do me a favor, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit you with some Confucianism quick. So go to your Google, and I want you to look up the word virgin, and I want you to tell me where this word derives from, and the meaning that you have for it. Tell me how many times this word has been translated, right? Watch Confucianism in action. So they say Mary is the Virgin Mary, right? Based on most people's understanding, the word virgin means she literally hadn't had sex. Am I right?
Hmm.
Am I
Whoa.
right? Am I right?
Right.
Okay? So now we using English and terminology to describe a woman that actually existed before English writing and English understanding. Confucianism. Let's hit that. So Mary, yeah, impregnated by who? Your father, your heavenly father. They say, or the writer, the author, let's follow truth, not just fables and lies. So they say Mary was the virgin, right? God gave her Jesus without having sex to her. I mean, this is real life we speaking, so let's speak real life. So virgin that you using, that was not in her time, not in her day of existence, okay? In her original language, that word virgin literally only meant she was able to be married, okay? Now, you didn't put your savior on this factor that you have not did any homework. So how can you find your God body intent if you fail to do your homework? So all I'm saying is history is the greatest reward to all research. But if you fail to look back on history, like most people say, history is not important. It's only not important if you're what? Engaged in true lies.
So if for those who not studying or who not looking, ask yourself this one question. This one question. If someone murdered somebody around you, we're gonna be in real life today. Somebody murdered somebody around you. Could they go around and write a book and tell that person's story and say that they died on the cross for everybody else seeing? I mean, I want to ask that question. I want to ask that question, like from a loving standpoint. From a loving standpoint, if somebody took out somebody that's close to you, could they go back and tell their story and say, hey, this was for everybody else's good? Because what I'm saying is, this is what happens. This is what happens when Martin Luther King passes. Everything he really stood for, or really the things that got him wiped out, you forget those points. You forget the true points, and their life stopped making sense. Like, it doesn't make sense anymore. It puts you like in a matrix to where your system is all jumped up because you're not quite accepting or taking life for what's really taking place. So once you really see, oh, I get my signals from a different source, and you're able to actually touch into that, things become to make sense. Everything that you see starts to make sense. Everything that you look at. Uh-huh.
Nah. Damn, nah. Go ahead. You wouldn't finish. Go ahead.
Yeah. Everything around you begins to make sense. Everything you see begins to make sense. You become to have a different type of clarification of everything. And these things are needed for you to survive now. They're needed. It's no longer at the point where there's a choice of good or right or bad to stay at the same place. The only choice now is to uplift, like it's to change levels, to learn something new, like to do something. Like, this is the only option now.
All right. So hey, Egyptology is what? Egyptology is controlled findings. So Egypt is one of the spots on our planet where you will most likely find something that relates back to history before liars decide to write history. Fact. So when they find stuff in Egypt, the only reason it's called Egyptology is because they want to control the information before they give it to the public. So just like you said, can a man that kills somebody that you know turn around and write a book about their life? Yeah, they can. If they want to manipulate the masses that follow or concern themselves with that individual. Why?
Yeah.
Because they want to control them from what? Trying to overthrow or push pressure against them. So the only ones that do that in the life we live is the ones that control the system. Your politicians, your government.
Hey, you see it happen every day. So I mean, like square business in the trenches, you see friends kill friends and go to their funerals nowadays, bro, it's a crazy, hectic, like, it's full of confusion. But I don't like using them words because it's like I see where it needs to be versus I try to see the solution in everything versus just the problems, because bro, there's so many problems. We'll be on this every single second of our life tackling a problem. Like, there's so many people out there with problems. if you listen to all the problems people had all day, bro, around this, hey, this is the most well dressed form of poverty I have ever seen, form of greatness I have ever seen in my life. It's dressed very well, but what's really taking place is something tough. But I don't look at what's taking place with my eyes, because from this standpoint of whatever is in control of everything, the standpoint of that is, hey, it's a great. We have a choice to get up. How do you stay focused in these troubled times, man? Too dirty Mac ass. Like, that's exactly where I'm at now. Like, this is how you stay focused in these troubled times. In these troubled times, we did a video on generational curses. Generational curses. We hold ways, majority of ways or thoughts we hold was something that came from somebody else, something that was taught. The majority, not good, not so well for you. Some of them great for you. Some of them great for you. So you take and hold in that is taught that you even know true, like, damn, yeah, because some of it saved your life. Some of it did something different. So once you take it in, you say, okay, I accept that. They told me that was real. But a whole lot of that other what you was taught, you gotta let it go. Like, you gotta let it go, and you gotta relearn from the inside out, from the same energy. Right now, so we have a automation. We have like an automation behind us. The automation that I'm talking about controls your heartbeat. It controls your blood flow. It captures the thought waves and currencies that are going over your head. It's capturing all those different things. But then we have certain things that we can do, like move our hands. We can even eat food. But once we swallow that food, we have no control over how your body recognizes those codes. Like, how does my body recognize the food I just ate? What does it do with it? Like, we have no idea. We don't think about that consciously. We just, hey, it's good. But once it go down here, you start having high cholesterol, fibroids. You can't get your thinking together. Your kids eating sugar. They waking up eating Debbie snack cakes. They doing all this. It's cool. It look fun. They say it tastes good. But then you see the problem. You see the problems that result because of the behaviors. So therefore, when you change the behavior, when you change the way you view things and the way you look at things, things automatically start changing. Things automatically start changing. Two people tap in. Hey, y'all, let's have that convo. What y'all thinking? What y'all thinking? Happy Saturday, my beautiful people. Happy Saturday. What's going down? What's going down? And we having church. We having church. People having church all over the world. I think, hey, why not get millions out here to talk to and have church every Sunday? And we're gonna build from a higher perspective. We're gonna build from a what you really going through type life. You know what? We going through the same thing people went through in the Bible. Right now. Right now. Right now.
So
Right now.
I'm glad you brought that up. Most people
Right
need to review that same information right there.
Yeah.
So since we going through that, some of the people went through the Bible. Well, again, we just pointed out that some untrustworthy people wrote that Bible, right? However, however, in everything wrong, you can find right. That's what we're talking about. You feel me? So you got to.
I don't even know those people. Yeah.
You don't know what that means? In everything wrong, you can find right.
Yeah.
You don't know what that means?
Hey, yeah. No, most definitely. Most definitely. Okay. Hey, in everything wrong, you can find right.
Yes, sir.
Let's keep going.
So, I don't know if it's pause on it.
Oh no, I still hear you, bro. I still hear you.
Yeah. So anyway, the condition of our world today, we really need to review again history. You know what I mean? To know exactly what we are doing to ourselves and where we're leading ourselves to. Most people keep saying that they don't care about that. I got to go back to that because you were saying about we don't want to talk about the problems so much. We want to look for solutions. Well, again, we have to review a lot of history too to understand how to do that. You understand what I'm saying? When you have the masses literally paralyzing your train of thought with every day in the media, they showing you this is what a woman should be if she wants to be a boss woman, no longer the in-house woman. This is what she should look like. This is what she should move like. The media pumps that 24 hours a day. They gave you boys looking like girls. They started pumping that 24 hours a day. That's why most people like, this is what we got to do because this is how we is now. Okay, let's go back in history then. How many times has this world been judged? I asked a dude that the other day, and he was talking about the last flood. So I said, cuz, so you keep bringing up the last flood. What about the first, second flood? He said, I only know the last flood. I said, cuz, how can you have the last flood without having a flood before that? See, common sense is not common in America, bro. But what happened to the last flood? To the last flood, that was Noah, right? But then you go to Sumerian, and you find out there was also another being with his wife on a boat during a flood. Okay, so you had a couple resets on this planet. So when we talk about changing our lives today, we really need to look at the conditions of this whole universe and this planet here in particular, and see what the Father did to it and why he did it. Then we'll understand why we're walking ourselves into a pit of hell. You feel me? So people will call some people homophobic because they don't go with this route of whatever they pumping in 2022. However,
hey, bro, why do we call? I don't mean to stop you, but just for the world. Why do we call God the Father? Why is that? Why did that start? Why do people do that?
Number one, they're God. I don't consider the main creator God. I don't call him God, but I know that's y'all's understanding. So that's why I'm using this word today. Understand that. So when they easily say God, I'm only trying to give you something you can understand.
I'm saying Father. I'm saying Father. No, I'm not. I like when they say Father God. No, I'm talking about that part. Like when they say Father God. Why they say that? Why do people say that?
They call him Father because he's supposed to be the all-seeing and all-knowing, the one that gave us everything. So he fathered us. You know what I mean?
So they talking about Asur. So they have taken the male aspect of life, which you also have a feminine aspect of life, but they have made the male aspect of life the only form of God, basically. Like they have somewhat to an extent left out the feminine version or the feminine factors of certain things. It's like if you got two sides of your heart, you got the ventricle, you got all these things different, but if you separate them, then if you separate anything, people are somewhat, it's not going to express the correct, it's not going to have the correct expression. So to an extent, what I've caught just off of hearing, when they get you to express God in a male factor, you leave out the feminine aspect. You don't have a complete heart there. You have families divided. You have a lot of division. That is why Confucius' death makes so more sense with the birth of confusion. It more so goes into it. Every part of the conversation we have. Amen. The second quote from Confucius that I had here to read. This is a deep one. The man who says he can and the man who says he can't are both correct. Damn.
So
This is just the second quote from Confucius. This is just the second quote.
When you said the Father, why do they call him the Father? Now, there's a lot to that, brother. So in the Bible, they literally speak of men of renown, okay, in the Bible. All right. So they also speak of the Nephilim in the Bible. They also speak of the fallen angels in the Bible. What's the difference in the Anunnaki and the Nephilims, right? So the only reason I'm getting to this is because you spoke of father and separating the female side of that. Yeah. So in all history, man, as far as I went back, I only can find the Anunnaki. And this is my debate with a lot of people that say they're true Christians, is that on the sixth day it says, he said, let us create man in our likeness and image. That's what the Bible says. However, when you start looking at this and you start reading their book and it speaks of Nephilims, well, Nephilims are just what? Those are the kids that came out of what? The angels taking the woman of man as their woman and what? Impregnating them, right? So those came out of giants, and then later on you'll have some other religions that instead of calling them Nephilims, they call them giants or great men, all right? Great tall men. So the mixture of words, like your Confucianism, right? So in the Bible, they speaking of God, number one. Then they speak of, very briefly, Nephilim. Number two, well, the Anunnaki would be what you consider the heavenly ones, the
Yeah,
bodies of the watchers, right? So
yeah.
it also says that the Anunnaki had a female, and when they saw that the mining of the fields was too much work for God, because those gods were gods over countries, all different countries, this female is the one that they called to come forth, giving birth and creating this human race. All right? People listening right now that call themselves Christians and say I'm way off the lump. However, your book do mention Nephilims. Remember I said that. And your Nephilims are the children of those fallen angels, which were actually Anunnakis, the Watchers, which your Bible speaks of the Watchers. So don't confuse it. Just know you got some work to do. And if you consider yourself a child of the Most High, child of God, then that's your job to do the work. So when you hear knowledge is key, or you hear ACZ speaking on these things, you must look into those things, because your father gave you this for a reason.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey man, hey. The man, what do you think about this? The man who says he can and the man who says he can't are both correct. The man that says he can and the man that says he can't are both correct. Bro, the majority of people that you talk to, are they saying they can or are they saying they can't? Are they looking for a reason to do something, or are they looking for an excuse or a reason not to? I mean, it could be
So
a
what
lot
do
of
you
different things. It could be a lot of different things.
what do you mean when you say both are correct? What do you mean?
The man who says that he can, whatever it is,
Uh-huh.
can, and the man who says he can't are both correct. If I say I can do something, I'm correct. If I say I can't do it, I'm correct. Whatever somebody thinks in their mind and they focus on, if it's they can, then eventually they will be able to get there. Whatever they think they can do, even if you're not there today.
Wouldn't the man that said he can't, it's not actually the truth. He just made a decision that he won't. You
And,
feel me?
that's why that quote is so important. But this quote was made back. This man was born in 551 BC. BC. These quotes are from 551 BC. They are before Christ. These
Right.
quotes are. You know what I'm saying? So once we translate and hit these quotes and say, damn, person was born in 551 BC, and they are the ones who said the man who says he can and the man who says he can't are both correct. What if little people learn this? If your child can't do a backflip and you say you can do it, this just happened with my son, bro. He's 6, but he'll be like he can't do it. His little cousin come by, he hitting the backflips. He actually seeing them. 2 days later, hey, bro, you should see it. And it's like the youth, they don't have those limitations. You run into people who have been trained that have the limitations to think, oh, I know this, but they really are just comfortable. They are comfortable knowing what they know. They refuse to think or know different. Like, you can't waste time. You can't waste time. If I come to you 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be that person that asks that question. So if I was a fool about a situation, I'm no longer gonna be a fool once I know it's real. If I don't know something, yeah, I'm gonna ask, because the person who don't ask, they're a fool for the rest of their life. If you stop learning and you don't want to take in no more information, you will be a fool for life. Yeah, like so you have to keep learning. You have to keep learning. Hey, that's just quote. That's the second quote from Confucius. The man who says he can and the man who says he can't are both correct. Not argue with that. All right. If we don't know life, how can we know death? Whoa. Whoa. If we don't know how to live, how can you even respect when it's over? Like, if you don't even, how will you know how to write out your script, write out your ending and beginning? How will you know how to truly sculpture and make that? Like, how will you get the most out? How will you be the how will you be the person from Wakanda? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how will you make the biggest impact on the majority of that surrounds you? How will you make the biggest impact? If we don't know life, we don't know life, how can we know that? That's real. That's real. You, well, you's a bad mother, man. Our greatest glory in not ever failing, but in rising every time we fall. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but rising every time we fall. Yeah, don't fall. Look at that. At first you don't succeed, pick yourself up and try again. Gotta get it up and try again. Hey, that's Confucius.
It's all
This is
about
Confucius.
change. Ain't your life,
This is
life is change.
Confucius. You know what I'm saying? We in church. We in church. We in church. And don't be thinking, if you Muslim too, hey, you a part. It's the same exact thing. All these same rules apply. Whatever box somebody has chosen to be in, you've really chosen that box. We don't have to be boxed in or broke by limitations. By limitations. You study everything. The more you know, the closer you are to God.
I'm the son of
That's
the
true
Most High.
because you are in the image. You are in the image of the Creator. You know, the Most High. We have let the words and the expression confuse us because Confucius left. The people who build Confucius was in politics. Confucius was art. Man, hold on, oh, if you anybody out there, just go look up the word Confucius. Find that background and look at the background of that story. You see that all of the different sectors of division that were created, they were created after the world of Confucius. There was a reset. There was 1,000% a reset. So the AD that we looking at is the reset. You know, so I heard A speak about that a little while ago. But you know, to break those lines or to tie this in together is the true birth of why I said let's do Confucius. When A said confusion, the true birth of where that came from, I thought about it and looked at it from an angle. Okay, so we're gonna take them all the way back to this point of where this separation happened, so you can truly catch the vibe of Confucius, of what is really taking place. Yeah, so when the reset happens, there's a separation of what you don't know. You know, you can go back down your family lineage. There's only so far you can take.
I'm glad you said that because when I think about KK right now, and I'm watching you on this podcast, you know, a lot of people
Yeah,
are gonna be like, "Man, this is a great dude, man. I don't find too many people talking like this." Some might even say, "I want to know how he came up." Some may even start to research your family, right? I did
yeah,
the same. I did the same thing with Jesus. So when I want to know about Jesus, I look at his mama and I say, "What village was his mama from before he was born? Let me see what religion was like in her time when she was a little girl. Let me go as deep as that. Let me not stop where these slave masters decide to write a book and give me information about my father. Let me go a little further." And when you find that out, we go back to Sumerian. And that's why I brought that up. Because most people are putting that documentation on just Israel and thinking it's just exactly the King James version of that is. No, sir. That's not it. You got work to
real
do.
talk.
Work to do. It's time for us to wake up. You know, stop. And you were speaking a minute ago about women and men degrading women by how they look. Well, one, look, we're going with that's a lust thing. You know what I mean? When you start looking at a woman and you see her, you don't even see her face first. You saw her cheeks, her butt,
Come on.
and her bosom that they showing. But today, that's what they need for. That's what they need to be shown. I asked my brother a minute ago, go on Facebook and just scroll through your Facebook real quick. See how many women you find not just showing off their buttocks, thighs, and breasts. And show me how important it is to get to know a person versus be attracted to them based off of a lust. That
Yeah,
was my that was my whole argument with I don't want a poster chick. I don't want no poster woman. I don't want no woman that feel like it's cool to just show off every curve of her body to the whole world. I don't want that. I'm not degrading no woman.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I'm a woman that actually keeps something for me and just for me and her time only. She ain't
Nah,
got
that's
to wrap.
real.
She ain't got to be wrapped up in a whole blanket, but she definitely ain't got to be showing her private cracks to the whole public every time she go out. A dog shows more respect for himself when he tucks his tail. I
Hey,
can't say
real
that.
talk.
You got grown women in the grocery store walking around with their little girls looking just like them, with they draw lines showing. What the fuck is that about? Fuck is that about? You know, we gotta have respect for ourselves as mankind again, and that's my whole point. I'm not trying to talk down on nobody. All I'm saying is we gotta get this family structure back together. Today, it's all about separate. There needs to be a boss woman that don't need a man. That's today's society. There needs to
Yeah.
be a guy that don't need a woman. That's today's society. So the big
Yeah.
plan of your government is to break your families up. And if you don't see that, there's something wrong with your vision. Stop being
So,
fools.
bro,
Life, bro.
when there's when there's when there's so many issues at home or where you sleep at or with your family or with your inner surroundings, how can you worry about those that govern you if you don't even know how to govern yourself?
That's why they break up the homes, so it's not important about the government no more. See, the government is already aware. You guys get too much technology on how to check the government. But what we don't have is men with balls or women with balls to stand up for us as a people. But we'll stand up for a cause that the government
Yeah.
supports. Like you your kid from a boy to a girl. Yeah, we'll stand up for that.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
hey. You
Wow.
know what I'm saying?
Ain't that something?
Hey,
But
yeah. So,
we won't stand up for real structure, family structure.
hey,
We
nah, it's
won't,
time to stand up.
yeah, we won't
Time to
stand up
stand
for
up.
that hardworking man. We want the hardworking man to
Yeah.
be tricked out. We want the woman to be tricked out. That's the government, man. That's the government. So when brothers see
Yeah. Time to stand
out there,
up.
don't degrade these women, but approach them looking to have a conversation with them. Stop making them believe that their butts and their titties is important to you, because it really ain't. Everybody gets old, and at the end of the day, you work with somebody that has understanding of you in life.
Yeah. Yeah. He who excels in study can follow an official career. He who excels in study can follow an official career. So everybody looking for a career or how can you build a career? The job that you love the most is the job that's your career. You involve yourself in study, you begin to know yourself well as what you know that's around you, and you will find you find a career. The more you study, you will know yourself enough to know your career path. Yeah, he who excels in studies can follow an official career.
So that's another one. They say they burn up now, so you can't do that. So everything he's saying right there, keep in mind what your government already has in place. So when he tells you that, he that studies, so how you gonna study? You ain't got nothing to research. They trying to erase history. Facts. That's why I say stop being in alliance with this government. A lot of people get upset when I mention I don't like Donald Trump. I done had a couple of people this week get very upset when I said F Donald Trump. They act like that was their father. And you probably got some Democrats that if somebody said forget Biden, they probably feel the same way. Well, you literally made those two individuals your God. Stop doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
They can't change your life. Ain't none of them ever changed nobody's life since they've been in
I,
office.
I mean that they are ticked off. They're ticked off. You because of they lack of knowing. Hey, somebody said, hey, delete him. I'm deleting him on Facebook in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 because of a post that I put up. Yeah, bro. When I put up things political, it's like a joke. Not because I'm tapped into that or that controls my form of thinking or it controls my mind. I understand certain things do have influence on what's around you. When people go vote in the council and they have all these different people voting, when they close the doors and nobody knows what's going on outside those doors, they vote on all type of different things that do affect your life, whether you know it or not, and you're not involved in it. But you're already, it's certain things that have already involved you in it that are past your slate of knowing either. Yeah, man. So So yeah, this Sunday, man. Bro, I appreciate you coming through, tapping in, bro. Coming through, tapping in. Shit, we rolling up on the hour mark, man. We're gonna let everybody out of church at a course of time. We're gonna let them out of church at a course of time this week. This just this is just the second Sunday doing this church. We just over 2 days so far. Yeah, but it's been powerful, bro. It's been powerful, man. I appreciate you coming up, my brother.
God body, man. Everybody be fruitful,
Hey,
man. Try to live a blessful day to day and try to be effective with anybody you run into. That's the thing we trying to spread and show love to everybody you bump into. Those that don't show you love, trust me, there is a punishment in line for them. It is coming. But the majority of us, we need to embrace one another when we see each other. And if you got a brother or sister out there doing good things that you want to get them some flowers for, as my brother now say, then give them their flowers now. Real spit. Support.
give them their flowers while they here. Hey, we love everybody that came through. Hey, it's love reciprocated. Hey, bro, tell them where to find your YouTube channel, man. I'll put it down here in the comments. I tag it to the video, man. Where to find your YouTube channel. The bro Ace, man, he got a long catalog of props. That's like how he writes his that's how he will write his Bible. He go record and just put down different things. Basically, if you ever wanted to follow AC's life, that's where you're gonna find it. You're gonna find it in his music. Because he got a catalog. It might be bigger than the Bible. I don't know. Hey, I had to get that man his flowers right here. I did it several times. Hey, y'all know how we do it. It's really all. Hey, it's all the way. It's all the way 1,000. It's all the way 1,000. Real.
One love, bro. Real spit.
Hey, man.
30 Mac, man, IDGN, all our brothers out there, man. We appreciate y'all for keeping the spirit up, man.
All the Haven Records, Black Knights, Street Politicians, True Entertainment, Lil Show, Grandmama Sue Boy. Hey, man, all of Texas, all of Alabama, all of Atlanta, Georgia, all of Los Angeles, California. They in the house. You know what I'm saying? All of Oklahoma City, all of Wichita, Kansas. Hey man, give it up. All of Arizona, Phoenix. Hey man, where we go? Hey, we worldwide. Des Moines, Iowa, Chicago. We in the house.
Whenever y'all see these podcasts from Knowledge is Key, man, I just want y'all to know these are questions that brothers and sisters actually have in their own dome. They just actually don't have an outlet to share them. So when we're on here, don't take offense to anything. Just know that maybe it's something you need to look into. That's all. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? But all we're doing is trying to help share the thoughts that we have every day, man, with others, because we never know who is actually in the dark, not able to share with somebody. That's all. So family, stay fruitful. One love.
Hey, real talk. And when we get out, man, we're gonna let the church take us
out.
out.
Church this Sunday. And
the preacher was there. You know, he was standing on the pulpit. He looks down at the whole congregation. What up, Ace? We're going down. God body. Yeah, he was up here with me today, man. Square business. He been up here with me. I look at myself and said, you mean the world to me. I gotta say, you mean the world to me. Yeah. Hey, you mean the world to me. I gotta say, you mean the world to me. Yeah. Hey, you mean the world to me. I gotta say, you mean the world to me. Hey, you mean the world to me. I gotta say, you mean the world to me. Yeah. All that I want, everything that I need, I gotta say, you mean the world to me. Fathers of crack, mothers of coke, son is a hustler, daughter no hope. So what is left of our community? When I look around, nobody cares about unity. Damn, babies starving, malnutrition, mothers dying, AIDS invention, cancer medicine way out of reach. When I'm looking for a teacher, there's nobody there to teach. So what is the answer? When I'm looking for the dollars, they don't come faster. Inside now I reach. When I look inside myself, now I'm able to preach. One thing that I felt, I can't love nobody till I love myself. One thing that I felt, I can't love nobody till I love myself. Hey, you mean the world to me. I gotta say, you mean the world to me, yeah. Hey, you mean the world to me. You mean the world to key. Hey, yeah. Hey, you mean the world to me. I gotta say, you mean the world to me. Yeah, yeah. You're all that I want, everything that I need. Gotta say, you mean the world to me.